Hello everyone, I'm Sir Mark and nandito ulit tayo sa Philosophy Class, Introduction to Philosophy of the Human Person, and we are going to discuss as the third part of video lectures in Module 1 of Introduction to Philosophy. So I hope you learn and I hope that you have studied, take down notes on the previous lessons, like previous lectures. So here we go and I hope na matuto kayo. Okay. So philosophical questions. Ano nga ba yung philosophical questions? So one of the philosophical tools and processes are philosophical questions. From the word question and philosophical. So it's a kind of question which is philosophical. So basically that's the meaning of it. But okay. So philosophy was born because of ignorance. So paano nangyari yan? So philosophy was born because of ignorance, diba? So tulad ng according to this, if one is ignorant, he asks questions, and if he keeps on questioning, the more knowledge he acquires. Okay, that is philosophical questions. So kung merong isang tao na dahil wala siyang alam ay gusto niyang magtanong, at yung kayang napakinggang sagot ay gusto niyang magtanong pa tungkol doon sa sagot na yun para mas maging malinaw yung sagot, that is philosophical questions. So, philosopher is like a child. Yung philosophical question and philosophers ay hinalintulan sa isang bata who has an inquisitive mind who never stop asking questions and finding answers. So, tulad ng isang bata, ang philosophy and philosophers ay ganito. 'Di ba ang bata, okay, may mga bata na ganito na dahil curious sa isang bagay, nandun yung curiosity niya, siya ay nagtatanong ng isang tanong. Pero magmamalay ka na hindi matatapos dun yung kanyang tanong. Bakit? Sapagkat yung bata nagtanong ng isang katanungan at nakapakinig siya ng isang kasagutan, ay magtatanong pa rin siya ulit. Diba? Halimbawa, bakit maitim ang uling? Diba? So, magtatanong ka, bakit ito maitim? So, may sagot, kasi yun ay sunog. Kung bakit yan nasunog? Kasi, so, diba, that is philosophical questions, diba? So, bakit, halimbawa, for example, bakit merong araw at gabi? Diba? Sasagot ka, and then may panibago namang tanong mag-a-arise. Diba? That is philosophical questions. Diba? O nowadays, for example, bakit, diba, halimbawa, yung bata na observe niya, bakit bawal lumabas? Diba? Kasi daw may COVID. Bakit may COVID? So, nagmula ang COVID, diba? So, that is philosophical questions na hindi lang isang katanungan, kundi according to the definition. So, tulad ng isang bata na nagtanong siya, pero nagtatanong pa rin siya doon sa sagot na kanyang nakuha. So, according to the second bullet natin, nakalagay dyan na if one ignorant is he asks questions and he keeps on questioning, the more knowledge, yung mga knowledge na kanyang na-acquire, ay kanyang kine-question. Nagtatanong pa siya ng mga katanungan tungkol sa knowledge na kanyang nalaman. So, that is philosophical question. So, number 4, Socrates, so it's a Greek philosopher, si Socrates went further, not just asking question for himself, but poses question people which the beginning of serious questions and response from participants. So, nandun yung sitang series of questions and response. Okay, so philosophical question has series, notice the word series. Diba? Hindi lang siya isang katanungan, kundi these are series of questions, and not just questions, but responses from participants. So, hindi lang ikaw, kundi marami kayo. That is philosophical questions. Okay. So, let's talk about Socratic method. Because under the Socratic method, meron tayong tinatawag, under philosophical questions. So, in order for us to understand philosophical questions, there is Socratic method or dialectic method. Or the Socratic dialectic method. So, it is also called Socratic debate. So, Socratic method is also called Socratic debate. Okay? So, when we say debate, there is two or more than people na engage dito at sila ay merong questions and answers and arguments and prepositions na binabanggit. That is a debate. Okay, number 2, it is a form of cooperative. So, Socratic method is a form of cooperative. So, when we say cooperative, hindi lang ikaw, meron kang kasama that you are cooperating, okay, merong cooperation. So, cooperative argumentative dialogue. So, there is a dialogue, there is a conversation between individuals based on asking and answering questions. Okay, so merong question and answering, okay, na nangyayari. Ano ang purpose is to stimulate critical thinking. So, not just asking questions and not analyzing. Merong tanong at merong pagsasagot ng tanong at doon naman na-stimulate o nag-iisip tayo, gumagamit tayo ng critical. Tama ba yung sinabi niya? Totoo kaya yung sinabi niyang sagot sa tanong? So, doon tayo pumapasok sa critical. Hindi lang tayo nagtanong and then yung sagot niya, tinanggap natin, yun na nga yun. So, we use our critical thinking to draw out ideas and underlying prepositions. So, that is Socratic method. There is question and answering, and not just answering a question or receiving the answers on the question, but we use critical thinking, we judge if that is true. Okay. So, number 3, dialectic is a term used, yung salitang dialectics is a term used to describe a method of philosophical arguments that involves some sort of contradictory process. So, merong dalawang magkakontrahan o 2 or more, okay, na magkakontrahang panig. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag na dialectic. Socratic method is dialectic method kasi hindi lang siya tanong ng tanong may sumasagot, kundi nagtatanong siya ng isang tanong na maaring kontra doon sa tanong ng isa. Sa sagot ng isa. I'm sorry, di ba? So, there are opposing sides. That's a debate. And that is Socratic method. So, it is a discourse between 2 or more people holding different points of view. So, merong dalawang point o different points of view, magkakaibang point of view about subject, wishing to establish the truth through reasoned arguments. So, meron silang dalawang point of view, meron silang dalawang pinaglalaban, okay? And then, yun yung gusto nilang pag-usapan, and that is the debate, na meron series of question, magtatanong sila na magtatanong, and then may sasagot, may tatanong at may sasagot, and then, magkakaroon ng conclusion. So, that is Socratic method, and that is philosophical questioning, or questions. So, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and that is that is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning. So, logical reasoning is a discourse between 2 or more people. So, merong pag-uusap, merong discussion na nangyari, okay, with 2 or more people. So, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng logical reasoning with your own selves, okay? So, logical reasoning is 2 or more people with different point of view about a subject but wishing to establish the truth. So, merong dalawang tao na nag-uusap, okay, at gusto nilang magkaroon ng establish ng katotohanan, and through that, okay, the reason argument. So, there is argument na sila ay nag-uusap at gusto silang magkaroon ng established na katotohanan. Philosophy is about answering questions. Reasoning is the method. So, logical reasoning reason is the method we use in doing philosophy. So, we use reason, nagrarason tayo, we use critical thinking, we use reasoning, mga dahilan, reasoning, sa philosophy. Okay? So, lahat ng ating binabanggit ay merong dahilan. That is philosophy. We have reason behind that. We have rationality behind that. Diba? Halimbawa, nagtanong, bakit maitim ang uling? Kasi ito itim. Bakit maitim? Kasi nasunog. Bakit maitim pag nasunog? Diba? So, there are a series of reason sa bawat statement. Diba? So, there is reasoning. Logic starts with origin of ideas, terms, prepositions, premises, and syllogism. So, there are terms. So, marami pa yan. Okay, these are terms and basic structure of argument. So, that is argument. Ayan. Actually, yung logic sa college, isa po yung subject. Okay, na the logic itself, yan ay pinag-uusapan, di-discuss throughout sa isang semester or kung hindi ako nagkakamali, isang taon na or isang subject yan yung